much in my circumstance.
Yeah, exactly. We all get that, you know. It's like sometimes it's a horror story, sometimes it's awesome, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. There's a reason I'm a single bartender. Laid off bartender right now.
Remy, be honest. There are many reasons why you're a single bartender.
There are many reasons why I'm a single bartender. I love being a single bartender. It's great. It's a lot of fun. And apparently Nicole knows that side of the story too, having dated for a long term a guy in the bar industry. Did he have some funny stories, at least? Was he a cool guy?
Everyone loved him. Everyone was very sad meeting, like my family and friends were very sad when we broke up. Like they thought that it was going to be forever and he was the best because he was so fun. It was actually really irritating. Because he was always the fun one, you know? And I never.
So it was like good cop, bad cop?
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, I felt like I could really be myself around him and there was no judgment. However, he pushed that line a little too far where I was often questioning, like, maybe we should have shame.
Maybe we should explore the small amount of shame we could potentially have.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you should have. Yeah, maybe you should have respect for your partner who does not have the same schedule as you. You know, those kinds of things.
So I've been doing this for so long. I've had plenty of serious girlfriends while I was bartending, and I was always a good guy. Never cheated, even though there was plenty of opportunities to, but that's the thing. In the bar industry, there's plenty of opportunities to. So even if, you know, you end up being single for a while, stuff's going to happen.
This is an audio medium.
Like
Everyone's just shaking their heads.
I'm like, well, yeah, okay. I can see where that comes from. Like, I've always been weary of dating other bartenders because of that, you know. And part of your job is to flirt. So
yeah, and some people can handle it. Some people can't. Some people are not cool with that.
I love how Lauren's background has her bar tools in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because otherwise when I'm leaving for work, I forget them. And like, I'll put them in my purse and stuff, but like they just kind of get lost in the abyss.
Yeah.
You know how it is.
Yep. Makes sense to me.
Awesome. So, I mean, the reason I brought that up first is because first and foremost, the Homance Chronicles is basically like a dating kind of thing. You guys go through a lot of scenarios from online dating and just people that you've dated and stuff like that, talking about romances that you've had. It's a really funny show. I love your guys' show.
Thank you so much.
I was gushing about it last time when I was on your show, but it really is. It's hilarious. There's some funny stories. There's some great laughs to be had. So definitely all of our fans, please go check them out. They're great. But yeah, it's weird how like when you date in our industry, it's a different thing. It's like a whole different ballgame, dating in the bar scene, as opposed to just, I don't know, the 9 to 5 crowd, you know, and trying to date people within the industry or date people in the 9 to 5 crowd. It gets a little tricky.
The thing that used to bother me the most, I think, was that there was no separation really between him and his work people, because all his work people were his friends and they were all dating each other, and it just seemed like constant, and I wasn't like part of the group, you know?
Yeah, it's hard to infiltrate.
It is. And plus, as like a responsible person who has to get up at 7 a.m. and go to school till 10 p.m., the fact that I was like, hey, I have to actually go to bed.
Yeah.
The fact that I had to go to bed, not that I had to go to bed early, just that I had to go to bed at all was like, you're a party pooper.
I've got to sleep. Oh my God. There were so many nights when I did that though. It was like I had to work a morning shift and be there at like 10:30, and I'd just stay up all night and go in like, I haven't slept since last night. It's fine. Like, I'm in this lunch crowd. It's fine. The house is on fire. It's fine. Who cares? But yeah, if you've got a regular like 40-hour a week job, you don't want a bunch of people hanging out at your house doing that. Like, no, thank you. Everybody go home.
No, it's awful. I actually had to work when I was in the industry. I had to work like 35 hours, and then I was going to school. But then on top of that, I was working at a hot dog shop that was right next door to the bar. And so my shift would end at like 1:30, right? And I'd be done handing out shots. And then I'd have to go put my hot dog t-shirt on and serve up some conies to all the drunk people that I just charged money to get to the bar for.
You were double dipping them big time. That's awesome.
Oh, fuck yeah. Absolutely.
And if they love you at one place, they're going to come see you at the other, obviously.
But my favorite part was that, like, some of them, like, knew me. And so they were like, oh, hey, what's up? And the other people were like, weren't you at the thing next door? Yeah. And I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. But I definitely was. Yeah.
Fantastic.
But then, so, like, the place we were at, the building, I was in a downtown area, not in Detroit. It was downtown Grand Rapids, but the building was being rehabbed. And so after the shift, because the hot dog place is open until 4 a.m. And so after our hot dog shift, we'd go up to the top of the, the building, the roof, and drink and party. And I wouldn't get home till like 7:30 in the morning.
Oh yeah.
Awful.
Right.
But so worth it.
We're going all nights.
But my boyfriend was not thrilled.
God, how many times have you heard? Never. Like the significant other, if they're not part of the party, they're not having a good time.
But I would
they're not about it.
I would like.
No. How many times you will?
No, I would try to bring them to I bring him to the party, and he'd be like, "No, fuck this." He was just very antisocial anyway.
I would try to hang out. I would try to hang out with my boyfriend's friends and coworkers. Well, I mean, I shouldn't separate that. They're the same people. But right. I would try to hang out with them, and there'd be like so many things that I wasn't in on. So I was like, why is this funny? And
inevitably people start talking about work.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you're not working there too, then you're not part of the conversation.
Or they're telling stories about what happens, and sometimes it's from 6 months ago and it's an inside joke. Like, yeah, I get that. I get that, like, because
fucking in the booth upstairs.
You're talking shit about your coworkers and your managers, and there's something really hot about.
Did you see how Devin was walking today? What a fucking turd nugget.
It's always some good laughs, though. I love playing practical jokes on coworkers. Like in the restaurant industry, that's a lot of fun. Get somebody to run the coffee maker until the hot water comes out cold. That's always a good one. You'll have some newbie that's never done it before, just standing there pulling the little tea thing and letting hot water run out. Gets connected to the hot water heater.
My boyfriend used to tell like brand new barbacks that they had to like remove all of the limes from the Corona bottles. So they would like sit in the back forever, just like trying to pull out these limes from the Corona bottles. And if they've been sitting back there for a while, then they've got like fruit flies or mold or like whatever the fuck.
This is how coronavirus started. That is the problem with people. That's disgusting. See, Sarah, that's why I have issues with bar fruit.
I do not touch bar fruit. Nope. No fruit in my drinks.
So like Nicole and I
drinking? No.
The thing is, for me, I always anticipate that I'm going to drink enough alcohol. It's going to kill whatever's on the fruit. Second of all, I'm not as picky. But Nicole and I, when we first started to hang out, she was like, no fruit. And I was like, okay. And so I would go up to the bar and I would order fruit for her, or like order drinks for her, and I'd forget the fruit part. And she'd give me the death stare, rip them out, and then toss them on the bar. And I'd be like, I said
like, no thank you. Some people do take that a little too far. I hate when I put fruit in somebody's drink and they just like toss it on the bar. Like, clean this up, slave. I didn't want fruit or whatever. Or they throw their straw. That's always a good one.
She made it.
You put a straw in the drink.
She made it sound like I'm better than you, fruit, and the person who put it in there.
Because it's out of my sight.
Usually though, I would put it like on a napkin or like on that rubber thing,
Yeah, have a little the spill mat.
But
I would not just like chuck it back at the bartender.
No.
Right.
But in all fairness, if
I've
there
had
was a
people
napkin
throw
on the
it at me
bar,
before. It's
shoot.
ridiculous. Yeah.
I like the
Sorry.
motion that goes
Look,
with it.
if you really don't want fruit or a straw, just tell me. Aw, kitty face.
Yeah, this is one of my roommates.
Oh.
That's a good roommate to have.
My roommate has to put his dick on everything.
Is that your boyfriend?
My dog. Yeah, he's basically my boyfriend. He's the only one that cuddles me at night.
Aw.
Aw.
Corona got you
Quarantine.
down, bro.
For real.
Corona quarantine. Sarah, careful with that cough, man. People are gonna like be freaked out of you.
For
I know.
real.
It's okay, so realistically speaking, the problem is the fact that I've had to buy shake instead of, like good weed. So
Wait, why?
quarantine budget, man. I don't have
I know it.
I'm sorry,
Dispensaries are
my
super
utilities are
expensive
gonna
right
go
now.
up.
Mhm.
My utilities are going up. I'm not buying gas or, but I'm still paying for my car. Like all this shit.
The best thing you could be buying right now is gas. It's like $1.20 a fucking
I know.
gallon.
I should be fucking buying those cans and
Yeah, that's true.
getting ready to sling gas in the summertime when it's $2.35 a gallon.
You got to
have
get
a
them with the
black
barter
market
system with
gasoline.
somebody. You need to find somebody to barter with, like trade some art for some good weed. Trade, like.
I'm the
Hey,
witch
I'll let you be
of
on. I'll let you be
gasoline.
on the Homance Chronicles if you give me some good weed. I'm.
Oh no, is
smoking
that a
weed
draw?
fast.
I don't think that's a draw. I
Is
don't
that
know.
a draw?
Yeah, I'm not sure
Come on,
those
don't-
people are really going to be into
Don't
that.
sell yourself short. Don't self-deprecate here.
No,
Listen.
it's just
I get you.
But like my allergies are really bad right now too and then I do have a sinus infection and I'm not hydrating, I'm dehydrating.
Right. Like a true professional.
We all are. The
I mean,
screen
I
screen's
know-
We
cool.
sure are.
Like it works
Yeah.
good sometimes and it doesn't. It's like the invisible. Like,
Nicole, do you have hypnotic in your glass?
Okay.
No,
I was
it's
like,
it's glitter.
Booze Farm?
No, it's glitter on the outside of the glass. See?
It looks- okay, 'cause
That's awesome.
It looks like hypnotic.
It does look
Well,
like hypnotic.
Oh, that's true.
That's really cool.
That's true. I
It
haven't
does look-
drank hypnotic
It
or
looks like you got the giant
Alizé.
hypnotic.
Yeah. I haven't drank hypnotic or Alizé or anything like that since like early 20s. I think if I even smelled it, I might puke. Yeah.
I like
I love
hypnotic.
hypnotic.
Alizé reminds me
I've
of
never
like
really got into
Element.
Alizé.
What?
The
I'm
Fifth
sorry,
Element.
We were all
Remember that
talking
movie?
over each
Oh,
other.
Fifth Element. Yes, I heard you.
Yeah.
Yes. I love Fifth Element. Multipass?
Yeah.
Players.
I like
Yes.
hypnotic, but I only will ever drink it if it's like, I'll do like Malibu and a little bit of like Grey Goose or Belvedere or something, and then hypnotic and pineapple juice. It tastes good.
Girl, that's too sweet. The Incredible
Well,
Hulk,
yeah,
man.
you don't drink multiples. You just drink one. Like,
It
and
just
then you
sounds
I was
choose
always-
something
sick.
else.
It
It's
sounds
not thick.
sick.
It's
It's not
the Incredible Hulk
viscous.
is just flat out like cognac and
Yeah, Hennessy,
hypnotic.
hypnotic.
So good.
No, I know. Yeah, no. No, like the
So
fruit
good.
juice in it though and everything. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I wouldn't add anything else sweet
Okay.
to it. I'd be good
Sorry.
with that. That's just me, but everybody's got their
I don't know what I'm
own
talking
taste.
about. It's all right.
There was a great meme about. No, you do. There's a great meme about guys ordering fruity drinks though, and it's like order what you like, whatever your taste buds say are good. Like
Yeah,
that's-
right.
Just because it's not the same as mine doesn't make it wrong. Not at all. I never look down on people for ordering fruity drinks or weird drinks or drinks that I didn't feel like making. It's like you're a bartender. Make what the customer wants and don't judge them. You know,
Yeah.
if they order like a dick, then make fun of them, but don't judge them. Like there's no point.
right?
It's just a like easy shot to make for people that are like, I want something fruity but strong too, and you're like, okay, I got you. I can make that for you. I don't want to taste the alcohol,
I have a
but I
que-
want to feel it for sure. I'm like, okay.
That's everybody, right? I don't want to taste it, but I want to.
Can I get a Tito's and vodka?
I am definitely that person. I will come out like that and I'll be like, hey, can I have cheers and vodka?
Like,
I'll be like,
ginger ale, man.
Tito's is
I'm
vodka,
hammered.
and they're like, yeah, I know. Can I get one though? And I'm like, no, Tito's is vodka. You ordered a Tito's and vodka. Just
I like-
change the
I like
other
the-
one.
I like the fuck with bartenders when I'm out drinking. I'll be like, let me get a whiskey and a whiskey. And they're like, yeah, let me just get 2 whiskeys.
Just give you 2 whiskeys separately.
2 whiskeys.
But don't be an asshole and take the shot and then like put the upside down glass in the middle of my bar.
Yeah, that's kind of dumb.
I hate that.
Who does that?
A lot of people.
Still do that?
A lot of people. Yeah.
What are you in the fucking saloon? Stop.
Right, exactly. It's not the Wild West, buddy.
Good God.
You're not Will Smith.
Oh my God.
So another problem, since we're talking about shots, is that I can't do them because I black out, and they are memory erasers. That's what I call them, because if I even do one and have another mixed drink, I like immediately start browning out. I mean, it's some sort of chemical thing in my body, because
really
it happens to my dad and my brother too. And so then again, I am the party pooper because I won't do a shot.
I call that time traveling, girl.
No, but I don't
time travel.
I know, but I don't want to.
No.
Yeah, no.
She doesn't
You
really
don't want
like
to see the future?
Later.
It's like,
We
I don't
time
want to
travel, but
lose
it's not till later.
an hour. Well, that's the good thing to know, though. So it's like, you just have to be very assertive in saying that, look, guys, I don't do shots. I'm just one of those people that don't do shots. I'll have another drink. I'll cheers my drink with your shots, but I'm not doing a shot with you because
No, she'll
I'll
still
get
do them
brown
at the
out.
end
I'll
of the
get
night.
blackout. Look,
Eventually, it depends on who I'm with.
I like that
Honestly.
Sarah just calls your ass out all
Yeah.
the
Well,
time.
Yeah. Well, because I will do one, like, if it's Sarah and I, but I won't with other people.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
She'll look at me and be like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, it's cool. I'll
Nice.
get you
give you a little
Totally
side
fine.
eye, yeah. Little
Like,
wink
you
and a
both sound like an
nod.
asshole.
Like, girl, don't make me do this.
Yeah. Another problem with shots is that my ex-boyfriend bartender would also do them with customers too often. So
Yeah.
And be fucking wasted by the time you got home.
yeah, I mean, they would hang out after the bar closed as well. So like he was already primed, you know? And so having him not only come home late, but come home smelling like a bunch of shots is like the nastiest thing to wake up to when you're sober.
Yeah.
For
yeah,
sure.
you smell like your beer bag. Ugh.
Oh, yeah. If you both get drunk together, you don't even notice it. But
Right.
if one of you is drunk and one of you is not, I had a girlfriend one time. I was on acid and she was drunk. It was the worst. It was so intense. She smelled so bad. I was like, oh, baby, I love you, but this sucks right now. I'm tripping balls. And you're just hammered drunk. Like, it's not a good combination.
Yeah, so
This
he'd
was
come
years ago.
home and want to,
Years and years
like,
ago.
you know,
But,
cuddle
yeah,
or
funny
spoon
stuff.
or whatever.
Y'all
And
froze.
like,
Is it me?
ugh.
Was it you? Everybody froze.
It was you.
Everyone's fine for me.
It was you.
It was just you, Remy.
I thought so.
You frozen.
But yeah, so he'd come home and then he'd like want to cuddle or whatever because he's drunk. So he's not being like respectful of the fact that I have to be up in 3 hours or whatever, you know? And I'd be like, oh,
But
God, if not only waking me up, now I'm pissed off, but you smell terrible. Like, get out of here.
Right.
No.
Come on, baby. Let's make
When he
out.
pulls his balls out,
No.
they smell like
No.
dick cheese. Get out of here.
Oh my God.
He was like Lauren's
Oh,
dog. He just had to
Hey,
rub
listen.
his dick on everything, you know?
Everything, though. Like,
Yeah,
that's a
when-
real thing.
The real thing is that when you get home from the bar, you gotta shower. Like, every time I come home from work, immediately shower. I don't care if I went out drinking with my friends afterwards or whatever. It's like, no, get this funk off of me. Get this, like, I feel dirty. I feel
That's
filthy.
just like all of society. Society as a whole
Yeah.
is stuck to you at the end
Right.
of the night after you work at a
Bro,
bar.
give me 5 lemon drops. Bro,
Oh.
give me 5 lemon. Yeah, like, ugh.
So listen, I just have a story to tell you really quick
Yeah.
about how beautiful your teeth are. They're gorgeous. I had a man once, as I was a hostess, enter the bar and get more and more aggressively obsessive with my teeth, to a point where he was like, "Can you smile for me?" And I was like, I don't know how to take this right now. I don't know if you're asking me to smile because you think I need to smile because I'm an angry lady, or if you think I need to smile because you really like my teeth. Like, this is making me uncomfortable. And he was like, no,
Either way, it's not good.
like your teeth. So awkward. And so, like, at one point I was sitting at the hostess stand and it was like a half circle. and he came up right next to me in my ear. He was like, "You have beautiful teeth."
Yeah, nope. Don't like that.
So that was uncomfortable, to say the very least.
Well, I feel like it's a pain in the ass and uncomfortable when any dude tells you to smile for any reason, but then you add those layers on it, and now I'm angry. You know?
Yeah. That's not a good look, fellas.
You have beautiful
That's
teeth.
not a good look.
Yeah, this is a PSA. Don't tell women to smile. Like,
I mean,
and it wasn't even
take
like
it from these lovely ladies.
What?
But as the bartender, I get to see this cheesy behavior all the time too. I get to watch guys get drunk and hit on girls, and you're like, "Oh my god, bro, you're embarrassing the whole sex. Like, all men are embarrassed right now because of you. Stop it." I've had to like seriously kick guys out of the bar. Like, just leave her alone, bro. She doesn't want to talk to you anymore. Please. She doesn't want another drink. You're not funny. You're not cool. Like, I'm trying to help you out here.
Yeah, I like had to barricade myself into the hostess stand. Like, we had to put a chair there so that people couldn't get into my area and fucking like get all up in my shit and tell me how beautiful my teeth were and stuff. Like, it was really crazy. Got weird.
Ladies, have you ever had to like go and you find like a lone girl outside talking to someone, you can tell it's super awkward, and you're just like, hey, I've been looking for you everywhere. Like, come on, we're trying to leave, and like grab them and take them.
Hook a homegirl up.
For real. Like, I think that people don't do that enough now. A lot of people just kind of like watch shit happen and they think it's funny. And it's like, if you see a girl outside talking to a guy and she looks uncomfortable and she's trying to like, you know, making the side steps like I'm trying to go, walk over, grab that young lady and be like, hey, I've been looking for you everywhere. Let's go to the bathroom.
If you see something, say something.
Whatever.
Yes.
Get her out of there.
My favorite part now are all the bars that are doing the, like, if you're in an awkward dating situation or if you're with somebody who's making you uncomfortable, come to the bar, ask for this kind of shot, and we'll help you out. Like,
love it.
Imagine
love it.
that 10 years ago. That's not even, it wouldn't have even then, even without online dating and everything, like, it would have been so helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had numerous bathroom encounters where people were hiding.
People were just hiding in there?
Yeah.
Away from like random guy. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Including Sarah and I.
When I was just a lowly shot girl, when I was just a little shot girl walking around with my little shot tray, I got in trouble because I would spend most of my time in the women's bathroom selling to all the girls that were hiding from like neckbeards, waiting outside. They were like, you can't sell in the bathroom. We can't see what you're doing in there. And I'm just like, but they're all thirsty. And they're just sitting in there trying to hide. Like, I'm making the most money right now.
Yeah,
these
Sarah
fucking,
and
like, milady dudes out there. Like,
oh, the worst. Sarah and I hid from these guys who look like CeeLo Green and CeeLo Green Jr. one time. In multiple, like in the bar bathroom and in the Coney Island bathroom after the bar.
In the
bathroom
at Coney was covered in puke. Covered. Like vomitorium. Like somebody went in there and was like, hey guys,
projectile vomited everywhere.
The gods. So stupid.
That's insane. I don't know if they intentionally followed us there or if they coincidentally were there.
I'm pretty sure they intentionally followed us in there.
Well,
yeah,
I did quotes.
Oh, yeah.
I did quotes.
Oh, no. This is an audio medium?
Right? You go to the bar, you're like, this is fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. I'm in the bathroom drinking shots with the shot girl. This is fine. Everything's fine.
I used to literally just sit on the sink and like post up like, hey, you want a shot? As soon as girls came in, I was like, you're hiding for sure.
Yep.
Most of them were, especially since I worked at like a goth bar, and some of those people can be pretty interesting.
Well, and we've talked about this before, but any of the nightclub scenes where people are, you know, there's lots and lots of people, you really have to watch out. You have to be careful. So, like, anytime a dude would come up and try and order a whole bunch of shots and be like, hey, give me a tray, I'll take it over the table. I'm like, no, you're not. Like, I'm not letting you take that tray of shots over the table. Nope. Like, I don't know if you've got drugs or not.
You're not supposed to anyway.
Drug them, but I'm not taking the chance. I'm like, I'll make the shots for you. You pay for them. I'll bring them over to the table. Watch everybody drink them. We're good. No problem.
Right.
And I cannot tell you how many times a girl has left her drink. Oh yeah. I can't tell you how many times a girl has left her drink and then turned around and been talking to her friends or whatever. And I'm busy, I'm working. So I see an empty drink or like a full drink and nobody paying attention to it. I just grab it and dump it out. And some girl's like, hey, you dumped out my drink. I'm like, yeah, you can have another one. Like, I'll make it for free.
You're welcome.
I don't even care. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm keeping you from getting date raped, like, or drugged. And you never know.
For another night.
Right. You're welcome. There's some douchebags out there. You got to watch out for them.
They are. It's terrifying.
It is.
It
Well,
is.
not anymore. Now all you can do is go to the liquor store and drink at your house. You know, we're on lockdown for at least another month.
Yeah, my
I'm
roommate.
safe as fuck.
Yeah. So good. Just watch out.
I'm
for
gonna
your
drug
roommates.
myself just to like reminisce.
You're right.
No, I'm kind of bummed.
I'm like-
my mom lives in an area that has like a drive-through liquor store, but they still can't,
Yeah.
drive through, give you liquor. You have to go in the store
Okay.
still. I still have, like, I don't know of anywhere in Michigan aside from Ann Arbor that does like booze delivery.
Oh, there's places around here.
There's
Yeah?
places now a lot more than before. They're like getting around it.
I think you can
Mhm.
find it.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if the liquor store would be open unless it was also a grocery store. If it's only,
I think it has to be a convenience store too.
Yeah, it has to
Yeah.
be the combo. But there's like 2 in Birmingham that I know of that will deliver.
Nice.
Mm.
Not bad.
There's one
There's
right by
Kroger.
my house.
Kroger delivers
There's-
liquor too.
There's one right by my house, and I hope he doesn't shut down because he's my favorite. He's got so many good choices and all kinds of good stuff. I'm like, my regular guy, go in. He's got a piece of glass up, so it's seemingly safe. You can't go anywhere anymore. Everywhere you go, you're just like, oh my god, who's got it? Who's around me? Like, who's gonna get me sick? It's freaking out.
And every time I'm at the grocery store, I'm like, what don't you people understand about 6 feet from me?
Yeah.
Right.
Why the fuck
Right,
is your
get the fuck
asshole
away from
against
me.
my back of my leg?
I
Because it's
don't-
bending down.
I
You know what
don't
I mean?
understand it. Like, there's X's and there's like precautions and signs and stuff at the checkout. But when you're navigating through the store,
Right.
like, I am
Going down there.
cautious, right? Like, I see somebody else in the aisle by where I need to be. I go somewhere else and come back to it.
Yeah.
I had so many people just casually pass by me like nothing's happening. And I was like, I have
Please
to
don't.
sanitize my entire body. Like, this
Right.
is not okay. I have to wash all of these clothes. It's going to be on me. I'm
Reach
very
out, give you a little,
paranoid.
give you a little tap on the booty, like, looking good, love. Like, no, don't touch me. Get away from me.
But all
And
my
it's-
bartending experience kicks in and I'm like, behind.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it helps. Trust me.
Yep.
See you
Right
later.
behind ya.
Screaming behind.
Well, and I just think about like the poor workers at the grocery store
Ugh.
who like don't make enough to do this, you know?
Fuck
And
no. They
people are
better be
not
getting a lot of money.
respecting their boundaries. They're like, see them stacking something and they're immediately over there like taking it. Like, don't even say excuse me or any. I'm like, this is really like World War Z that is happening. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
even close. It's just like it's like okay. If it really was World War Z, it'd be so much worse. You see how people
Yeah, if
are
it was
acting about the
zombies.
coronavirus. We don't have any fucking toilet paper, and Purell stocks are going through the roof.
I don't know.
Amy.
I'm extra cautious of like people being in my space in general, despite the pandemic. And when Sarah and I actually used to frequent the bars more often, people would touch my face all the time.
It was
Um,
real weird. It was the
Mm-mm.
weirdest thing ever.
Yeah.
I watched several people multiple
Mm-mm.
times just straight up like face palm her, like, "Hey, how's it going?" Instead of handshake, it's just
If
like,
you wipe off
face.
one of my eyebrows, we are gonna have a problem.
"Bitch, I did not spend 3
I'm
hours
sorry.
blending this shit for nothing."
Don't fucking touch me. Don't touch my face in particular. Like,
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I wasn't even that concerned about my makeup. I'm just like, you're gross, you know?
Well,
And they would come up and they'd like want to like pet my skin. almost.
No.
Like it was bizarre.
She does
Bizarre.
have very porcelain-esque skin, so I can see how a serial killer or somebody who likes to wear skin suits could be attracted to that, for
Just
sure.
wants to like touch it.
Press.
Buffalo Bill sizing you up. No.
What's the lotions on the skins real good?
So as the only guy, as the only guy in this conversation, I got to tell you, it happens to guy bartenders too. There'll be a customer, somebody who comes in often, get to know them. You know, you got to be a flirt, you got to be a personality behind the bar, and they'll get a little too feely, a little too touchy on you, and you're just like, "Whoa, man, I'm not a piece of meat. Like, leave me. I'm here to serve you drinks. Like, not be felt up.
My
Sorry.
eyes are out here.
Guys get it too. Yeah."
I mean, for me, I thought it was just weird because it was like, you know, like them cupping my face.
Yeah.
You know,
face, like ever so
like,
gently.
Like what? Like why? Like it's different if
Like,
you're
dude.
doing like a flirtatious like arm tap or even like a little booty slap. At least there's some clothing there to protect me from your nasty ass.
No,
Right.
I've
gotten like quite a difference here. Like, don't touch my face, but touch my ass. Like,
you don't touch the face. You don't touch the face like that until you've been on a few dates and you're like really into somebody. Like, don't go there.
Don't touch my fucking face.
Me.
Regardless, don't touch my fucking face.
I mean, if your boyfriend, if your boyfriend cupped your face like that, if your boyfriend,
he knows better.
Oh,
he knows not to do that shit. If I break out, we are gonna have a goddamn problem. No, don't touch my fucking face, please.
Doesn't like your face touched.
So I'll never forget. There was one night we were out at the bar, and I was probably like a solid 10 feet away from Nicole. Like I was across the room from her a little bit, and it was almost slow motion how I watched this guy. Like his hand came up to her face. And she was just like a cat avoiding a pet, like
like slowly backing away. Please don't.
But like as she was like leaning back, he was continuously extending the arm, like it was gonna happen. He was gonna rock her face.
He had like Stretch Armstrong of arms.
And then she just like, and then her like whole neck just appeared into her fucking body.
That's hilarious.
And then her head like. She turtled into her body, and then he just like he got her anyway. And I was like, she didn't swat it away. She had like a drink in one of her hands or something. I don't remember what happened. Like there's no swatting involved, or should have been. And I was just like, what the fuck, dude? There's no reason for that. Like she just got introduced to him. I watched it all go down. There was no reason for him to touch her face. He did not know her.
Dude, you got to take some self-defense classes. Nicole, you have to get on some you need to like block that shit and fucking judo chop and
just learn to be like bow,
like
bow.
the fuck away from me, dude.
I think my motor skills were slowed by that point. But I believe I hit him after.
Oh, you hit him?
Not hit him. Like I did this move and like you know.
She did. She was just like, oh. And then defense move came here.
Hilarious.
Bro. Like there's some.
All right.
Don't fucking touch me.
I got a great one. Have you ever hit somebody in a bar or slapped somebody in a bar or gotten into a like real physical altercation in a bar?
Yes.
Everybody's got a story. All right, let's go. Nicole, you go first, and then we'll go down the line. Everybody will tell their like physical altercations in the bar story. That's a good one.
I mean, mine's real quick because I don't recall how it started, but I remember
you were doing shots, so you were brown out.
Maybe it's possible. It was also more than 10 years ago, I'm sure. But it was more like I was defending a friend. So I was trying to interject between them or between the friend and the guy. And I ended up pushing the guy. He ended up falling backwards into other people. And then he got kicked out because those other people thought that he was starting a fight.
Oh.
It was like a whole domino effect of like people like getting slammed into and falling because I like signaled some sort of adrenaline / core strength I didn't know I had.
Dude, you're like Wonder Woman. I love that story.
She had this,
I love that story.
innate
You're like,
movement.
you fuck with my friend. Get the fuck out of here. And then he gets thrown out too. That's so awesome. Good for you.
Yeah, because
girl.
he was like in her face, like really, really close to her face. Like if he talked, spit from his mouth landed on her face.
Ew.
Yeah.
Oh, why do people do that? I hate that.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, I don't even know how it got to that point. I just recall it being like, ooh, he's very close for comfort.
Yep. And you got him the fuck away.
And then I noped right out of that situation.
Good for you. That's a hero moment right there.
Thank you. They don't all wear
That's
capes.
good stuff. That's true. Sarah, what do you got for us?
We have an origin story that I may have defended myself in a situation, or
why not both?
That's an interesting choice.
She knows the story.
To say you defended
Nicole
yourself.
knows the story.
I want to hear it. I want to hear it now. Now I want to hear it.
All right. Well, one of the short ones, like in my prime. I don't know where my brain was really in my prime. I would walk up to a guy in the bar and I'd look at him and be like, I'd slap him in the face, take his phone, put my number in it, and then walk away.
Woo. Wow.
All right.
That's not the story I thought you were going to tell.
No, that was one of the stories.
Oh.
Okay.
Our first night Nicole and I ever hung out, I think is probably one of my better fight stories, because it was the night that Nicole and I were trying to like dance around being professional / friends. And we decided that we were going to no longer be just strictly professionals. We were going to be friends with each other. And
we met at work. We met at work and we were with all work people. Let me just clarify that.
Like,
right.
This was like, we're going to do this? Are we best friends right now?
So setting the scene, setting the tone. This was the first time Nicole and I like decided to do like a sleepover and have, that beyond work friendship, because we both work in corporate America. And it was a young professionals network situation where we were the oldest people in this network of 20-year-olds. And so we had gone out to
we were still in our 20s though. Like we were creepy old, but
no. We were like 26, we were like 28, 29, something like that, like 26, 29. Yeah. And these kids were like 23. And so of course we were acting out. We were acting a fool. We were acting out?
Nicole's like, wait a second.
She's
wait
like,
a second.
We'll come back to this.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Yes. So we go to this comedy event. We meet all these people. We realize they're not really our cup of tea, but there's maybe one or two in there that are pretty cool. Hey, I want wine delivery service.
Oh!
I texted her. I was like, bring me wine. She's like, I'm on my way.
No.
I was self-conscious that you guys could hear me refilling my wine. I was like, oh, maybe they can hear me pouring this. It was like glug, glug, glug.
Who cares?
Because I brought the whole bottle over with me.
I mean, it was nice of you to put it in a glass even. So
okay, continue.
So we're at this comedy event. We go to the bar afterwards, and it's this like Mexican themed, up top taqueria type place. And we're up there, and things are starting to get more and more busy, and the bar is starting to get fuller, and the bartender and I were flirting heavily because I was trying to get as many free shots as possible. And,
that works, by the way, ladies.
Yes.
Just saying.
It worked out that,
flirt with the dude bartender.
I had tactics, if we thought if it was cute, I'd spit water at him. You know what I mean? Like, it worked out sometimes.
Yeah.
Right.
So, because they'd shoot me with a water gun, so you had to get them back, right? Whatever. So we're out, we're having a good time. The crowd is getting busier, and this chick fucking pushes me in this crowd of people. So
like very on purpose.
So I said, "Who pushes?" And so I threw my cup of ice at her.
There you go.
And this is at the time where Nicole turned around because one of the professional people from this professional network was like, isn't that the friend you came with? And as I guess she turned around, an ice cube bounced off her forehead, and she was like, that's my ride, or that's my little, we were going to
sleepover buddy.
Yeah. She was like, we were going to be friends. We were going to try. And so, security came and they started to like, cause I got ready to fucking hit her, and I got held back and she got pulled back, and I was like, hey, I'm really sorry. I was just defending myself. That was a knee-jerk reaction. She pushed me first. And this bitch was running her mouth, and eventually she had gotten kicked out, and they were like, are you okay? And I was like, I'm fine, but I think she needs to leave. She was a little aggressive. And they were like, yeah, you're probably right. So they took her out. And
meanwhile, these ice cubes that she's throwing, you can see like 20 feet in the air. Like she is launching them. Not just like, here's a little boop, like launch.
Yeah, you were like, oh, it's like that, bitch? Ooh.
Like I was on the dance floor. She was over by the bar, and I saw her go up above the crowd and launch ice cubes.
Yeah, I like it.
That's hilarious.
Like, I don't like to be fucked with, and I am immediately defensive when it comes to that kind of stuff because it's like innate. I just immediately like ninja mode.
Absolutely. You have every right.
Ice at this bitch, and I'm getting ready to throw my fist at her, and I get stopped, and she gets kicked out, and then I looked at Nicole and I was like, thumbs up.
It is a visual that you'll never forget, though, when you see your new bestie rise above the crowd. She's like awesome. Kanye West, just like floating out there, thinking she's Jesus. It was quite the moment.
Yeah. So she got kicked out, and then we went to Jimmy John's after, where I bit the host from the comedian show. Nicole asked two dudes if they wanted to have a threesome in a British accent, I think.
Nice. Let me hear your British accent real quick. No,
I think I think I just said like cheerio.
Cheerio.
And I asked Shag. I don't remember what I asked them about other than the threesome. And then they were acting weird towards me. And so I called them wankas. I was like, you guys are wankas. And they were like, you didn't have that accent earlier.
They were acting weird because they recognized that she was
just called you out.
Fucking shit.
They called you out on it.
So remember the pin that we just remember that pin we put in the story? We just unpinned that one.
That Nicole, is awesome.
Cool. So that was our first night where we decided like, hey, we're gonna do friendship things with each other now.
Yeah.
Your podcast makes a lot more sense now too, by the way. I'm like, okay, with an epic introduction like that to the friendship, obviously you're gonna talk about it.
And then, I think the things that was the start. Like every weekend I went to Nicole's house and I stayed the night with her at Friday and Saturday for like 2-3 years. Like we were together all weekend, every weekend, all the time. And like, obviously we browned out a lot and we time traveled even more. So we don't have all of the
memories. We should have been recording years ago.
Well, people can listen to the Homance Chronicles and hear most of them, though.
Right.
I have been. I've been
like a good 70% of our stories.
All right, so I met you ladies like a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago, tops, and I've probably got like 25 episodes of the Homance Chronicles under my belt now. I've been listening a lot.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
It's hilarious. There's a lot of good stories in there. I'm like, oh my God, there's so much more. They have over 100 episodes. I have to go back to the beginning and listen to all those and stuff too. But Lauren, I know you've got a good fight story in you. Come on, girl.
Yeah,
it's not even that great. It's literally like when I was like I think I was still not co-check. I think I was still a shot girl, or maybe I was a waitress, but either way, I was walking through a super busy nightclub, and this guy, I was definitely a bottle service girl now, I can remember, because I was holding on to like these giant things of ice and like bottles sticking out of it and everything. So when you're walking by, I can't like do anything. And this guy like would walk by me and he would like reach over and like grab my chest or like grab my ass or whatever as we're passing each other. So this happened probably like 2 or 3 times before I was able to like get a look at him, because it was like we're walking by each other. By the time I like felt it, I'd be like, who the fuck was that? You know what I mean? And
Creep.
yeah, so the last time that it happened, I was walking, it's like a multi-level bar. So I was walking upstairs and I'm holding this giant tub, and this guy like reached up my skirt. And so obviously I knew he was behind me, and I like saw him. So the next time that I saw him, like when I was not carrying stuff over, I like walked over to him like, hey, and he was like, oh, hey. And I just slapped him as hard as I could.
Nice.
That's all it was.
Girl.
And like,
yeah.
I think I hurt him a little bit because it was red. And
Yeah.
then obviously my managers were like, what the fuck? And I was like, he fucking kept grabbing me, and they kicked him out. No questions asked. So it was like totally fine. But yeah,
Nice
it wasn't
of you.
that great of a story. It was like, but some guy was just kind of like assaulting me every chance he got.
I mean, that's a good story. You stood up for yourself, like,
That's nice.
and
Hell
you got
yeah.
what you deserved. You got kicked out.
Fuck yeah.
All these stories are about guys. All these stories are about guys getting what they deserve. I've got one for you, ladies. This is a good one for guys getting what they deserve. There was a patron at the bar that I worked at for a couple of years, big nightclub on the weekends, regular sports bar during the week. And he was a regular there, and he hung around with some of the people that were, you know, like in the clique or whatever, but most people didn't like him. He was just kind of a douchey fellow, you know, just always kind of bragging, always loudmouth, always trying to be the center of attention. And everybody's like, you're really not that cool, you know, just one of those guys. And so he's up there playing pool with this girl one night, and she's being kind of flirty with me. And she's like, fucking grabs, I forget exactly what happened, but she grabs my arm and like scratches it. Oh, that's what it was. She was like, oh, I got sharp nails. I'm like, no, you don't. And she scratched my arm so hard that she like left marks, like a couple layers of skin. I'm like, oh, that's not cool. I guess you do have sharp nails, right?
That's
on.
unacceptable.
Like, all right. I'm like, I'll get you back. It was unacceptable. It was rude.
I watched
it was
too
uncalled
much.
for. I think
I watched too much true
she
crime.
was trying to be flirty.
So. Really?
But you know what I mean? She was trying to be flirty. She was just going about it in the wrong way.
I'm
But
not
anyway,
sure
she
how
was
that's
hanging out with
flirty.
this douchey guy.
No, it just makes
Everybody
me
was-
think about like
If you
DNA
knew-
under your fingernails and you get caught.
Almost
like
like
you're now the guy that she like, you know, is trying to pin in some murder or something.
That's
but
hilarious.
almost the way you were spit water at guys, Sarah. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you were spitting water at guys, or you'd walk up and slap them and then like put his phone number, and that's what she was trying to do. She was like, oh yeah, you think I can't leave a mark on you? I'll leave a mark on you. And it's like,
I would never
whatever.
leave a mark on anybody. I would just be like a little playful pip pip.
exactly.
Never
This was
come in
gross.
like haymaker, like, hey, give me your phone, bitch.
So I'm working, and I'm like, okay, and she's hanging out with this guy, but she's always hanging out with this guy. Everybody's friends. Everybody knows each other. No big deal. So while she's playing pool, she's bending over for a shot, and I walk up behind her, and I slapped her ass really fucking hard. Like, you're going to feel that for a while, like really fucking hard. And she turned around and was like, oh, you know, like, obviously, I'm getting you back. She was cool with it. I was fine with marks on my arm, as fine as I could be. But the guy was like, dude, I fucking like her. And this is, so fast forward to after we close and we go next door, everybody's hanging out and drinking, and he confronts me and he's like, he's all pissed off. My buddy's like, come on, dude, you're drunk. Let's get you home. We get him in the car. I'm sitting in the front seat. My buddy is in the driver's seat, and this kid is in the back, and he's like going off on me. He's like, dude, you knew I liked her. I was like, number one, no, I didn't. And number two, you know, she scratched me. I smacked her ass. It's not like I took her home and married her. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Get over it, bro. Just calm down. You're drunk, whatever. And he's like, no, dude, that's fucked up. Like, you fucking knew that I liked her. You fucking bitch. And I'm like, immediately, like, as soon as bitch came out of his mouth, I just hit him. Like, open-handed slap. And then I put my finger in his face. I was like, don't ever call me a bitch, dude. Like, I don't call women bitches. I don't call friends bitches.
Super disrespectful.
You don't get to call me a bitch. And he's like, you just slapped me. And I'm like, you're fucking A-right, I did. You called me a bitch.
This is the most like chick fight guy story I've ever heard.
But it was just like, I'm not going to punch him in the back seat, but I'm like, you call me a bitch, I'm going to fucking open hand slap you. And hard,
I love that
you know?
open hand slapped him because he called you a bitch. Like, that's a bitch
That's what I mean.
for a
Yeah.
bitch to make. And it's so funny.
So he gets out of the back of the car. He gets out of the back of the car and he wants to fight. And I'm like, this is not going to end well.
I slapped you again, How? Come on.
This is not going to end well for you, dude. Because he's hammered drunk. He's like fall over himself drunk and acting like an idiot. And I'm like, oh, I'm still sober enough. Like, I was sober enough to slap you. I will definitely, like, take you down. And one of the bouncers from the bar came up and grabbed him and was like, you don't want to do this, dude. Come on, let's get you home some other way. It's like, yeah. But everybody, all the bouncers at that bar hated him. And they were like, man, we heard you slap the shit out of him. Thank you so much. I've been wanting to hit that kid for so long.
That's a riot.
He was not liked. Yeah.
Okay, so
that's a good fight story.
Are there anybody, so I'm used to people doing shit like that at bars, and now that I think about them and I look at, their social media and everything, like some of them have kids now and some of them have a family. Like, are there any people that you used to work with as a bartender that was like, holy fuck, how is this person going to survive real life? And now they are, in fact, in charge of things that are, maybe they shouldn't.
My ex-boyfriend.
This was for them, but okay, Nicole.
Almost immediately. She was like, yup, I sure do.
That's me. You just described me. No, fuck, I've probably been in the bar industry too long. I think 20 years is good enough. Like, I've given them enough of my time. But I do other things. I have a podcast. I have a lot of fun. Whatever.
No, I'm talking about the people who are like doing coke in the bathroom while they let somebody fuck them, and then now they have 2 kids and a husband. You know what I mean? Like those types.
Yeah, like
Remy, you're fine.
On the outside, you got your shit together, but on the inside, this is what you're doing every weekend, like getting railed in the bathroom, or like blowing somebody for coke in the bathroom, even worse.
Right.
Like I don't have any money, but I'll suck your dick for $50 in coke.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know anybody like that. I'm not like that, so I guess I'm not that bad.
Thankfully.
Yeah, no. Everybody loves a good time. There's nothing wrong with a good party, but when it gets to that point, when you're doing like questionable things, you're like, let's reevaluate here. What's going on?
Yeah, no, so there's a couple of females that I knew who would like blow the general manager and do coke off of the, desk in the office. Lauren, what's that face?
I mean, it's if it's all in good, fun, sexy time, like, hey, cool.
I'm now currently dating my old boss. So
did you suck his dick in the fucking office after you did a reel of coke?
Not after I did a reel of coke.
She's like, one part of that story that you messed up.
We're still
together though.
Yeah, we're fine.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
exactly. That turned into
seasonal, that summer seasonal server who comes in and like
is
a complete whore.
Right.
And
none of that.
I'm gonna.
I know a lot of people like that though. I do know like a lot of girls that like hook up with their bosses for the sake of like, like I actually am dating this person. They are not dating. Does it work? I mean, their bills are getting paid. I guess it works.
Yeah, no, I don't know. All I know.
Meanwhile, I need to be like, what the fuck? Why
they
are you
were
getting
before
my
that
bills
Rona
paid
hit.
here? It's kind of fucked up.
Yeah, no. I've seen like there are like at least 2 people that I used to work with at the bar who shouldn't have children.
Yeah. Well,
and they have the white picket fence house.
They have 6 children now.
No, yeah, they have like one. They married one person, and they have like the like the perfect household. It's like, how did you clean that one up, guy?
Yeah. Apparently, you can turn a hoe into a housewife.
Mm-hmm.
Polish it up a little bit. I don't know. My son comes from a relationship where we met at the restaurant that we worked at. We were both servers together. This was years and years and years ago when we met, but yeah, we were together for 10 years and had a kid. Didn't work out.
That's a long time to be with somebody and have a kid with them.
A child born of the service industry.
A lot of them are like that.
Please tell me that you've thought of other names, other ways to refer to him.
Oh, he's the best. A child born from the
Just a
third
child
country.
born of the service industry. Whoa.
Exactly.
Oh, this is just my son
Born out
Applebee's
of
back
love.
boots.
This is my son.
The thing is when you work together in that industry, it's such a good bond. You know, it's like you are like family with so many of the people that you work with. So to hook up with somebody and be together with them for a long time and have a kid with them, I thought it was going to work out.
Right.
Yeah, no, but it's
10
okay.
years is a long time, though.
Yeah. No,
There's
yeah,
a reason why you think that's going to work out.
Yeah. Big chunk of my life.
Oh,
Cheers
the
to that.
puppy.
Yeah. It's a real life thing. This is every day of my life.
Yes, it is. This is fine.
fine.
Everything's fine. Look around me. Everything's fine.
Lay down. Can't
Oh my
be on
God.
me unless you lay down.
Swimming in fire and tell them what to do.
Oh, was that a shot of Fireball?
Nope, he's drinking that Tully.
God, no. Tell them what to do.
Oh, okay.
I'll try and get it at the right angle. There it is.
All
Okay.
You put it in front of yourself.
It's just a little
What are you
airplane
ladies
bottles of
drinking
Irish
on?
whiskey. It's good stuff.
I'm in my reserves in my freezer. I'm in this watermelon flavored vodka and iced tea phase now because I drank all my gin yesterday.
That sounds god awful.
That doesn't sound good. What do you like with gin though? Because I'm a gin drinker.
I was doing iced tea, but usually like thanks to Nicole, I like Tom Collins's and stuffs like that. You know, citrusy types things.
I do like that.
Yeah, we are new to the gin game. So I think over the summer, I converted Sarah a little bit. I was like, oh, no, follow my lead.
I was like, okay.
Oh my God, gin is one of my favorites, ladies. I got some recipes for you. I got some good gin recipes for you. We'll do some great cocktails coming up. I know Dave likes some gin as well. Dave likes everything. Dave likes whiskey.
Gin makes me see vapor trails. Dave is very skeptical about gin. Let's be clear.
What are you drinking, Dave?
Tito's and Red Bull.
Tito's and vodka. Duh.
Tito's and vodka.
I wanted Tito's and vodka.
Tito's and vodka.
And I want it to be strong, but I don't want to taste any alcohol.
I was laughing when you said that earlier because like my cue to cut myself off is I used to drink. I went through my scotch and soda phase for a long time, and when I would start ordering Dewar's and scotch, it was time to be done.
Oh God.
I've had
but
enough.
your drink looks like it's not Tito's and Red Bull. Like from my end, it looks like
it did look
black.
very. Yeah, it looks very dark.
It looks like Jaeger almost.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I have this, and then I have the obligatory shot of Yeji because I'm keeping all of our ham trip bartender friends in mind as I'm doing everything. So,
cheers to the Yeji. I know you've got some Baron Jaeger in your cooler too.
I absolutely. This is in the freezer. That's in the freezer.
Oh my!
That's the Baron Jaeger is good.
I do love some Baron Jaeger.
I don't want to leave my house. Like I may never open the studios again. This may be how. this may be how we.
We just turn your basement into the studio, and we go down there.
Hey, I'm good with it. Like,
hey, we should though because we can mix drinks while we're doing it.
Exactly. When this shit loosens up, we're broadcasting live from here. Because now that I've got all the gear here, I'm not gonna take it back. Like
I want it right. Let's do this.
I'm okay with doing that.
That's exactly how Tales from the Barside was born again. Was Dave took me to he's like, you got to see my basement bar. I'm like, fuck yeah, I do. And he took me down there and we talked Tales from the Barside. I was like, yeah, let's get this started. He's like, I'm going to introduce you to Lauren. And then I met Sarah and Nicole and Dave had already met them. And we're all friends. We're all podcast family.
I love you.
Listen,
too.
I want to thank you ladies so very much for crossing over and coming on Tales from the Barside tonight. It was a pleasure to have you.
They didn't die.
Like, they didn't die.
They crossed over.
Thank God. Everybody, go listen to the Homance Chronicles. Seriously, subscribe to it. Give them 5 stars. It's so freaking amazing. I'm binging your show.
Thank you.
That is honestly one of my favorite, like one of my favorite free podcast day stories that I still tell people. I'm like, there were these 2 girls that came in and did this amazing show, and then we never saw them again.
They're like, we don't need you, buddy.
And they went off and did their own thing, and it's friggin' amazing, and I love them for it. But I'm like, they just went like. I was so amped up about you guys. I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be a great show. It's going to be so much fun to push and promote and yada yada. And then I'm like, all right, I guess he's doing that.
We didn't know that. We didn't know that part of the story.
We had no clue. We weren't sure what the report was or how you guys felt about it or whatever. So we actually just ended up getting a really great deal and some equipment. We were like, well, fuck it, we're just gonna do it from the loft upstairs.
Well, and why wouldn't you? I mean, case in point, I can run our entire company from here. I mean, it's
look at that kimono.
I know, man. You are fucking killing it tonight.
A kimono. No, it's actually a hockey jersey.
Dave dressed up.
Oh.
I was about to say he wears jerseys.
I was like, I had to think. I'm like, wait, is she talking about me? No. So I played goalie from like the age of 6 on. So this is actually my Darth Vader hockey jersey. Kimono. Jeez. Yeah,
I like your moo-moo.
Welcome to PodcastDetroit. Here I am in my silk kimono running everything.
If we're going jerseys,
It's
Dave,
super.
I gotta show off my Liverpool jersey. I'm like Mr. Candyman over here.
I'm gonna show off my jersey.
That's my club there. Little Liverpool. Yeah, show off your jerseys, ladies. Everybody wants to see the jerseys.
Yeah, 13-year-old boy soccer jersey over here. What up?
Hey-o!
Hell yeah!
I just look like a 13-year-old boy in general.
What number you got?
Hey!
Black V-neck gang. Woo!
Apparently, your dog would like your attention, Lauren.
Constantly.
Well, and I do. Sadly, I do. I have to get you guys out of here because if Bob doesn't connect into test,
he's
angry with me.
He's got to go. We love all of you. Thank you so much for coming on the show again, ladies.
On.
Yeah,
we
We're
love
gonna do this again.
Thank
all the
you.
Barside fans.
Thanks for having us.
IT and the D is going to be on soon, and go check out the Homelands Chronicles. You're awesome. I love y'all.
Hey, send in your stories to barsidetales@gmail.com. Please send in stories to us. We want to read them on the air.
barsidetales@gmail.com.
Yes.
Facebook. A little Instagram. We got
that. We got that gram going.
Look
okay,
us
goodbye.
Up. You got your phone in your hand all day.
For real. Okay, we love you guys.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Oh my God, this dog.